Hey everybody, it's Patrick back with RevTalks. We're here with the founder over at H2 Security. How's it going today?
Not bad. How are you, Patrick?
Doing pretty well. Can you briefly talk about the background of the actual company, what kind of space you guys operate in, and who you guys are?
Yeah, H2 Security is a platform engineering company. We build applications that are 10 million plus concurrent users. Also, we combine different superpowers, I like to call them. We have our employees are from Sberbank, payment processing, like a lot of experience. So we can combine this coding experience with our knowledge in cybersecurity, both defense and offense, and platform engineering, and we make secure platforms. For example, something big like Netflix or like Spotify is something that we can build, and basically platform engineering at scale or app engineering at scale.
Absolutely. And can you kind of talk briefly too about the team as of right now? How big is the team? Where do you guys kind of span? Which industries do you guys work best in?
Good. The team is not a big team. We're about 11 people right now. We have people all over the world. Our programming team is in Eastern Europe and our engineering team in Morocco. And we're, for the engineering team, for the platform engineering team, we're trying to teach those things to this team so we can scale in the future. We set up, for example, some of our clients are government clients. We make, let's say, a passport portal for a specific country. They were always having issues with people making the payment, the passport, they cannot get their passport, lots of problems. So we do something that is scalable, that can handle 10 million plus users, and we handle payment processing with different providers. And yeah, basically platform at scale. And yeah, that's where we're good at. As well as when a client hires us, we transfer the technology and the knowledge. A lot of clients want something that is sovereign. So for example, if a client wants something that is sovereign, like a passport portal, let's say, or DMV portal, they don't want their information, their citizens' information to be somewhere in a country like the US or in Canada or anything like that. So we have the ability to do a sovereign platform for them and to protect the data of their citizens.
Absolutely. And when it comes down to moving a lot of data, obviously that migration can sometimes be very sophisticated, whether you're transforming it into another platform or you're actually building it into another actual solution. How do you go about actually building trust with the actual customer or client? Do they typically approach you, or do you guys go out here and actually go into the marketplace and are actively looking to actually sign customers? How does that process kind of work for you guys? Because that's a huge deal you guys are actually dealing with.
Yeah, so well, we started word of mouth. People who know me personally know my business partner, Dr. Roger, and this is how it started. And then for the government side, we've approached them because we see certain countries that are having issues in this field, and then we just basically like showed them our technology. For example, I'll give you an example. The type of encryption that we have is Kybercam 1024, is post-quantum encryption. Even in 20 years, when the quantum computers come, they cannot crack that type of encryption. Another thing that is very important that I'd like the viewers to understand, like let's say this was built because we were employees at the beginning before we started the company, but we couldn't change anything when we are employees. We just do whatever the company wants us to do, right? So that's why we were fed up with this and we decided let's open a company and make a big change in cybersecurity. So let's say, for example, if you want to build something like Netflix, there's an investor and they have an idea and it's beautiful and we have the skills to do that. However, if you go to these people, that's going to cost you probably $1 million just hiring these people without even writing a single line of. Second, you'll be either blocked in AWS, Azure, or GCP. There's no way around. What we did was a abstraction layer that the entire application goes into it. And then let's say everyone starts with Azure and they realize once the traffic goes above 2 million users, they realize, oh, well, Azure is not that cheap anymore. And AWS would be the best solution right now in the current traffic. So then they fire all these people that they hired, and then they have to hire new engineering team for AWS. And then again, another 6 months, 7 months integration, all that stuff. So for us, we don't have that. We build an abstraction layer where it can go anywhere. It can go to DigitalOcean, can go to AWS, can go to Azure, can go to GCP. The infrastructure moves based on money, for example. We'll say, well, now with the current traffic, you'll have more savings on, let's say, AWS. Well, we click a button, and the entire infrastructure goes to AWS. What makes us a little bit different from, and I've been working in this field for over 26 years. What makes us different is the level of security that we have, both in the code and in the infrastructure. It's zero trust and KyberCam 1024 level 5 post quantic on all services. So, and we've established 3 edge POPs where clients that we have in Europe or in Africa or in North America, there's a CDN and edge POPs that are also quantum encrypted. And then their clients can go and interact with the closest CDN.
Absolutely. And with everything listed on your website with security services, platform engineering, the Dome, T Academy, AI agents, what is your favorite solution? I was looking at the company website earlier. I remembered some things that were actually there. I'm sure as the founder, you have one of those solutions to where you're like, I love it when a client or a customer asks for this or some sort of implementation comes and it falls into this category. What is that like for you?
Yeah, what's really close to my heart is the academy, because whenever we bring something new, what we do is very complex, and probably I have 25 years left in me for afterburner. So and then I will retire. So I want to transmit that information to my clients. For example, some of the clients we have in Africa, they want to do this thing like this, and this in history was like only available for certain types of countries, like maybe the US, Canada, Europe, and stuff, and Africa is left off without having that capability. So the academy is something that I can transmit that knowledge, both in offensive security, knowing how to hack like a huge infrastructure, how to secure it, because in our opinion, knowing how to hack something is the right knowledge you need to know in order to know how to defend against it. Because we we act like attackers. We know where the problems are. We poke holes into everything. And I think the one that is second one is the platform engineering, because it's really specialized work and we love to share it with our clients. And the third one would be the Dome. The Dome is just a temporary solution. Sometimes we have clients that they have let's say a DMV portal or a passport portal, and they're getting hacked all the time. And a temporary solution, instead of waiting 6 months until we get them a new DMV portal or passport portal from scratch that we're coding, what we do is that we put a dome, like a dome on their infrastructure that would inherit the same capabilities as the actual platform, because it's also post-quantic, etc. And then once that is protected, it's like a band-aid for X amount of time until we build them this huge infrastructure. And then we make the switch, and then we teach their people. The only way we think transmitting that knowledge, it's not done by a course or anything like that. It's done inside the team. So what we propose to clients is, you want to have, like, depending on how big the project is, maybe if we need 50 people, well, those people will be integrated in H2 security as employees, and then they will learn by doing. We don't believe in learning something, reading something. It's like I'm also a commercial pilot, and if I give you a book, How to Fly 737, for 3 years, and you studied it religiously, and then I put you on a simulator with like bad weather and an ILS approach, you're not going to be able to do it. So you need that practice. So this is how we teach people. Like, they need to have 1 to 2 years learning the skills with us. And then after 2 years, these people can be independent and build their own platforms on their own.
Absolutely. And a little bit of an off-topic question too. I'm going to give you 2 different kind of categories of planes, and then you're going to tell me which one is actually your favorite though. I used to study
Okay.
planes all the time, so I'm kind of boned up on this. So let's go ahead and just kind of start. 757 or 737?
757 every day, any day, all the time.
Okay. 747 or 757?
Well, I would still go with 757 because of the power, but just since it's the queen of the sky, I'll go with 747 because it's a smooth aircraft. 400 though, the 400.
Okay. Okay. And level 3, Airbus A380 or 747?
Oh man. Okay. Well, this is a trick question. Okay. Just because Boeing is an airplane made for pilots, you don't have all these flight modes. I would go with the Boeing, because you can make the turns however you want. But for the Airbus, if you want to turn, depending on which phase of the flight you are in, you can just push the joystick to the right once, and then it goes 10 degrees, and then tick, and then it goes 20 degrees. I don't like that. It's kind of not why we're in aviation. We want to feel the plane, so I go with the boat.
I gotcha. Okay. Okay. Super cool. Super cool. And back to obviously some of the technical talk too. I know you did mention kind of before RevTalks, you guys were looking at kind of maybe looking at some other ways to acquire projects. Can you kind of talk briefly about that as we kind of wrap up here?
Yeah. Currently, like I said, we're just word of mouth, and people who know me personally or my business partner, Dr. Dooley. By the way, he has a PhD in physics, and he is the best hacker I've ever seen in my life. So, and people who know us bring us businesses. And right now we are wanting to scale. We've approached governments, and things are going very well, but we don't have a real process yet.
Absolutely. I hear what you're saying. Then once again, obviously, where on the internet can we find you? What is the company website? And then what is your LinkedIn to for the actual audience?
Yeah, h2security.io. And my name is Houssam Hammoudi. I'm on LinkedIn and also H2 Security. You'll find it on LinkedIn. Our page is over there.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate you, Sam, being here on RevTalks. Hope you have a great rest of your day as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.